Hi, it's Ipie. And you know, being stuck here in
The void.
made me think, who's doing my taxes? I mean, I've been here for God knows how long, and tax season has probably passed by now. Maybe even multiple times already. So, who's been doing my taxes? I mean, someone has to, right? Well, whoever it is, I hope it's not sentient food. I don't have a great reputation with those. But anyway, I'm sure that won't happen. I'm so screwed. Turnip boy commits tax evasion. Wow, so not only is there a turnip doing my taxes, but it's a freaking turnip with a criminal record that's doing my taxes. Ugh. Well, at least the IRS can't find me in the void. Anyway, this game was released on October 7th, 2020. It was developed by Snoozy Kazoo as their debut game and published by Graffiti Games. Honestly, for an indie studio's first, it looks pretty fun. Honestly, just looking at the screenshots, I'm getting some kind of Zelda-y energy from this game. And we all know how much I love Zelda, so let's give this game a shot. You know a game's gonna be good when it opens with you ripping up a tax document and the mayor reacts with, "What do you mean, what? You committed tax evasion." And then proceeds to reassure our hero that tax evasion is in fact a real thing. So now that we're indebted to Mayor Onion, we need to gather these increasingly suspicious items. I'm sure this will turn out fine. Generally, whenever I talk about a game, I leave art style and music near the end, but I think I'll put it here before going any further. Why? Because look at Turnip Boy's cute little face. Look at this berry man, and this craft-stained potato. He's so cute. I didn't think that I'd be saying that about a game with tax evasion in the title. The soundtrack is equally cute and comfy, especially Veggieville's theme and the title screen song, which is called Germinate, by the way. Oh no, I just thought that was cute. The overworld music is catchy, the boss fight music gets you pumped. It's exactly the type of music that a game like this will need. Big props to FBLK for the great soundtrack. I wasn't able to find it anywhere to buy on Bandcamp or any other similar site, so you can just listen to it on the Snoozy Kazoo YouTube channel. Now on to what I think the game is most well known for, its humor. I mean, come on. The title's called Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. Also, the fact that Turnip Boy clearly has no idea what tax evasion even is, it makes for a really funny premise. But that's not it, of course, because there's also memes. Just so many memes. Turn around the corner, boom, there's a meme, you can't escape it. My first response to this endless stream of internet references was, wow, this game is not going to age that well. But I'd end up changing my mind, but I'll get onto that later. However, the game doesn't use pop culture as a crutch most of the time, and there's plenty of characters and situations that are just funny all on their own. Like this guy who has a snail friend named Jerry, and reacts in a pretty funny way when you kill him. That's not a sentence I thought I'd ever say. Or this note that confesses love, that Turnip Boy haphazardly rips up. In fact, a lot of this game's humor is derived from profuse piles of pulverizable petty pieces of paper. From books, autographs, personal letters, drawings, and of course, taxes. Speaking of Turnip Boy, he's a pretty funny character himself. He's a silent protagonist that expresses his feelings entirely in ellipses, question marks, and exclamation points. Well, almost entirely. There's one special case where he speaks, but you'll have to find that one out for yourself. It's one of my personal favorite moments in the game, so I'm not going to spoil it for you. Oh yeah, that's right! This is a game! So now, let's go over gameplay. The best way I can describe Turnip Boy is it's Zelda-like, of course meaning that it's reminiscent of the 2D Zelda games. You get a sword to swing and puzzles to solve, dungeons to plunder, and items to hoard. You can even roll, or I guess, trip? God, I love this game. However, I do have some gripes with the gameplay here. Nothing big really, just a few little things that really started to add up. Like this sword swing for instance, it's weirdly sluggish at first, especially coming from Zelda's more fast-paced action. Though to be fair, I did end up getting used to it. Especially since this game's designed with this in mind, so it hardly has any fast-paced encounters that require Turnip Boy to use his fencing prowess. What really ended up bothering me though, was how some of the items were used. I'll start out by saying that the puzzles in this game are really fun. And unlike how most Zelda games you'll only have an item that you'll use a couple of times at most and then just never need again, I found puzzles always combining each of these items throughout the game. The problem is when it's implemented into boss fights. Most of these bosses have a puzzle-like aspect to them in a way, but the way that these items were designed just don't complement some of these fights. It wasn't really a problem until this deer fight where a lot of the shortcomings really started to seep through. You need to push a lit bomb flower through a portal so it can hit this deer that's in this gunk that you can't step on, making it impossible for you to whap it with your sword. Or maybe you put the portal in the wrong spot, and since you can't toggle through it like in Portal, you have to just reset the whole thing again. And by that point, the deer might have recovered and is starting straight towards you again. And I swear that this game took pity on me too, because the boss ended up just running directly into the line of the bomb flower, meaning I didn't even need to put a portal down to hit it. As I said though, this is really the only boss I had this issue with. The others, even the later ones, weren't nearly as frustrating. But even if they were more frustrating, I wouldn't even call it a deal breaker. All that it shows is that these items are better suited for slower paced puzzle solving situations. Like a dungeon. Now, I enjoyed these dungeons a lot. Overall, their puzzles, their music, their aesthetic. Oh. There's going to be spoilers in this section, so if you're going to give this game a shot, which you should, leave from wherever you are and come back later. If you're still here, which I bet most people will be. Yeah, this game gets weird. And not a, oh, funny Turnip doesn't pay his taxes kind of weird. It's more of a, this is a family who died in the aftermath of a nuclear explosion kind of weird. Hey, there's a reason that post-apocalyptic is one of its tags on itch. Mentions of a war and a draft. Yeah, this game's got lore. As you progress, you'll find these acorns coming out of the sludge, confused about their existence and vomiting all over the place. Relatable, am I right? But later on in that section, Turnip Boy will find a turnip. Not like another sentient turnip, but an actual normal turnip. He's obviously pretty freaked out. I'd also be pretty freaked out if I saw a faceless version of myself. So the story here seems to be nuclear war, big boom, humans die, cue VeggieTales. Except without the Christian morals and the singing. Of course, there's also the B story, of the family whose farm this game takes place on. And that story is just so sad. It was honestly the most engaging part of the game for me. And unraveling the plot, despite how simple it might be, was my favorite part of the game's story. Actually, wait, that's not true. Turnip Boy being the son of a mafioso is probably my favorite part. The nuclear holocaust is probably a close second. Alright, let's wrap this up. But before that, remember when I said I didn't mind the ungodly amount of memes in this game? Well, that's because this game is very clearly some kind of time capsule. There are plenty of references to current events that surrounded the game when it was being developed. Though I guess you could say that really any game could be considered a time capsule, because it's all kind of a product of its time. Anyway, ever since I saw this game recommended to me on itch, I knew I'd have to give it a shot, and I'm super glad that I did. You should definitely give it a shot. It's like 15 bucks, and it's definitely worth it. In fact, the game's being updated consistently, whether it's just new hats or an entirely new game mode. Anyway, Oh, I forgot you were there, Turnip Boy. What? Ah, no way, man, that's ridiculous. How could a bomb be dropped in the